Good morning, everyone. This is the welcome to the TradeShowWiz Tip Tuesday. Unfortunately, I have a little technical difficulty because I could not find the publish thing on my Mac to start this thing, so I had to get out my phone and just ad-lib this and get it done. So here we are. Welcome to the Trade Show Tip Tuesday. This is at 10 o'clock every Tuesday at 10 o'clock. And do you feel like you just want to go like this? In my post, I put that out because most companies do not staff and train their employees when they're going to a trade show. They neglect to do that. And that is why the prospects that come in the booth, they have only a few seconds to key them in and find out what it is if they're a qualified prospect for that business. So the main thing is to train your staff, train them well, get them to do a video and train it and critique it. Get them to practice in front of the mirror. Get them to record themselves because you only have just a few seconds to qualify that candidate at a trade show. Welcome them into the booth. Your staff should be ready to go, and you should know when you go to that trade show how many attendees are coming into that trade show, how in the past. Research it, look through and find out. Ask the trade show people, how many attendees have attended this trade show? Look at that because that is important for you to know, not just on the level of your staffing, but wanting to know how much swag you need to have out, your booth location, things like that. That all plays into your staffing and that kind of thing. And letting your staff know what you're going to be giving away. Let them know firsthand. Have a couple of meetings with your staff. Go over what you're going to be training, what the responsibilities are of your staff. Let them know what their responsibilities are, what time they need to be in that booth. Make sure they're promptly. I've been to some trade shows and all they did was they go and they set up the booth. They put out things on the table and they have no, and let me say this, no staff at the event. They just set out things on the table and hopes, and I don't see how they collect any prospects because they had no staff there to talk to them. So how are they going to know what your products and services are to be there? I've seen plenty of people walk away or not even pick up a thing off of that booth. So I know when they came back, they had no names, they've collected no leads. It's like giving out t-shirts and then having no leads. But yeah, I gave out $1,000 worth of t-shirts, but I have no leads. So make sure you train your staff. This month is Health and Wellness, and I want to talk a little bit about that. If you're going to a Health and Wellness Expo, surround yourself with things like branded water bottles, scratch-off games that they can win things with. Play games like the toss game. That's a fun game. Let them be a winner, or spin the wheel, like the Wheel of Fortune. Playing games are fun. They're fun to have, and it makes everything go smoother. It gets your prospects into the booth, and then they get to win something, and then your staff can set up a meeting with that prospect after the show. As soon as you collect their name and their email address and I would get their cell phone number so you can text them, because a lot of companies now are using text methods. Text them and say, thank you for coming by our booth. Then you follow up with that thank you card. Your staff people need to be doing that after the show, that follow-up. So those are things that you need to have on there. And if you're doing, like I said, the Wellness Show Expo, do a stretch band. Appeal to their things. It's an expo for health and wellness. Give them a stretch band. Give them a cold compress or hot compress type thing I can show you on my website, but I don't have one here, but it's a cold and hot press thing for you to use and give out with your branded with your logo on it and your name, your website, phone number, and things like that. You want to appeal to the senses. Health and wellness, you have a lot of companies now selling these scented oils. You can do a scented oil diffuser in your booth. Draw them in with the smell. Do the 5 senses. Touch senses with them. I see we've got a person coming in on here. Livy, thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. And if you have a question, feel free to leave it in the comment section. If I don't answer you back, I will answer you shortly. So thank you, Livy, for coming on my little one-on-one this morning with my TradeShowWiz Tip Tuesday. I appreciate it. But anyway, using cookies. I have a cookie over here. Draw them in with a cookie. Little cookie. This one's a chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate? I love chocolate. It's a chocolate cookie. Appeal to their senses. There you've got taste. You've got smell. Coffee. People love coffee or tea. The brewing of coffee will get people into the booth. Using a diffuser with essential oils keeps them calm. It's very effective in using in your trade show booth. You know, according to the American Marketing Association studies, 40% improvement in your mood when you're using exposed, pleasant fragrances. People are naturally inclined to spend more time in a place where they feel that scent, that calm, the environment in the booth. So think of those things when you're going to a trade show. Another thing I want to talk about is making sure that you have things on your staff. Again, I want to revamp. Have your staff, again, trained. Have them ready to go. Don't wait till the day of or a week before. Make sure you train your staff way in advance so that they know that they're ready to go and ask the right questions when their prospects come in the booth. Another thing is to get some of your staff to walk around the booth. Walk around outside the booth. Walk around to other exhibitors. Talk to them. Ask them to invite people over to your booth. Hey, Shannon, thank you for coming on my Facebook Live today. I appreciate it. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave me a question in the comment section. But I want to just say, if you take a few seconds to do the training and you get that going, then you're going to have more qualified prospects to follow up with after that trade show, long after the lights go dim. So think outside the box, or I should say, think outside the booth. Make sure you mingle. You contact other exhibitors, talk to them, get to know them. So what I wanted today is just to revamp on everything and tell you that, hey, get your staff trained, use scent, touch the 5 senses, taste, smell, hear. Might have left a few off, but that's okay. But get all those in touch on those senses. Also, make sure that your staff knows their responsibilities when they're going to that trade show, what their jobs are. Give them a short job description of what that is. And I want to thank you all for listening to me today and giving me an opportunity to share with you my Trade Show Tip Tuesday. And next week, stay tuned for next Tuesday for my Trade Show Tip Tuesday at 10 o'clock. And make sure you go to my website and check out my latest blog. That is www.TradeShowWiz, that's WIZ.com. Again, TradeShowWiz.com. So, thank you. It's been enjoyment. Have a great day.